welcome to my channel. This was my second Eid Abaya and that's what we are going to be making together today. My name is Fatima A. Yusuf and on this platform I share sewing tutorials. If this is something you like to learn, let's get to it, right? These are the things I'll be needing. These are like the materials I'll make use of, but you need other things, Scissors, your chalk, your thread, your sewing machine, right? Basically, you need your abaya fabric, 3 yards or 3.5 yards, depends on how wide you want it to be. But I got mine in 3 yards. And then I bought that chantilly lace in 8 yards. So you're going to fold the way I normally fold, you give it 2 folds, so you have 4 layers, right? I'm using the length to fold. I said I bought 3 yards, but if you want it wider, you can buy 3.5, and it depends on your body size also. If your bust is not up to 60, you can use 3 yards. So at that side, I'm going to mark my neckline like I normally do, 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches, and I'll form my round neckline. I always say you can use any type of neckline you want and any dimension of your choice. 3.5 by 3.5 is not constant, it's just what me I'm okay with, you understand? After marking those 2 points, I'll go ahead and form my curve using my free hand. If you have your French curve, please use it. I have the neckline for both back and front, right? So this other side, I'm going to mark 1 inch downward, and that is going to be for my shoulder slope. From that 1 inch, I'll just take a slant line to meet the wideness of my neckline, like this. I'm using my free hand. If you have a long ruler, please make use of it. That's my 1 inch. I'm going to mark my sleeve opening. So basically it's a wide sleeve, right? At first I marked 14 inches, but later on I had to increase it. So you can measure from 1 to 20 inches. It depends on how wide you want the sleeve to be, right? I'm marking 16. Now, from my shoulder, right, the shoulder slope from the real shoulder, the beginning of your fabric, I'm going to measure down to 10. That will be for my sleeve opening. You can say your bust line. It's all good. So I'll just extend those lines inward and outward, but not, the outward won't reach the end of the fabric. So on that line, I'm going to impute my bust measurement divided by 4. Then I'm going to add 5 inches, 40.5. And my hip divided by 4 plus 5 is going to give me 16 inches. So I used my bust, but you can use your hip if you want, but your bust is okay. I marked 15 inches. Now from that my 15 inches, right, I'll take a slant line to meet that my sleeve opening at the end, like this. Carefully watch, you understand? So that's what I did. From that my 15, I'm going to take a slant line again to meet the end of my fabric. If you have a longer ruler, please use it. Next, I'm making this for myself. I'm definitely going to use 3.5 yards because it's going to make it to be more wider, more fuller, and more beautiful or more nicer. You understand? From whatever you get from your bust, they just take it down slightly. So if I had 3.5, you can see the way I took it to the back. It would have been so lovely. But I just had to use my 3 yards like that. Just use a slant line to just join it. Like this one can actually enter any size, except if your bust is more than 60, then this won't fit you. So that's what I did. Then I decided to increase the wideness of the sleeve again. I was just doubting. I was like trying to see if I can increase it to be more wider. If it's wider, it's nicer, right? But I just maintained my 16 inches. But like I said, if you want to use 20, you want to use 22, you want to use 20, it depends on you. It depends on how wide you want it to be. And trust me, to still be fine. But just make sure the inside one is 10 inches. That's let's say the bust line, 10 or 9. It shouldn't be wide all through. So I went ahead and cut my neck area at the shoulder slope. Now I'll cut the sleeve. Watch carefully how I cut the sleeve out, the sleeve area, the body's part, so that you will not go and overcut. And then after cutting, I forgot to actually take a little bit at the down part. That's the curvy, the end, like the way I did for the first abaya. At the end you just mark 1.5 or 2 inches and then form a curve and cut it out. I forgot to do that. So you don't forget to do that. Your down parts can be equal. So this is what we had after cutting, right? I'm going to go ahead from the pieces I cut out. I'll just cut out an interface for both back and front neckline. You can use a bias for this. It must not be you must not turn it with an interface. You can use bias for it. I didn't want to waste my fabric, so that's why I went ahead to just cut an interface. So I'll just stitch it to the piece like I normally do. What I normally do is I'll just stitch it to the neck area, front face facing front face. Use a 1/2 inch to just stitch around, and then after that you're going to use notch the angles, then turn it over. Use your iron to press it down, right? And then you are going to use your hemming tape to just tape it to your fabric. and you can actually weave the edges first, and you can also hem the edges, but mine I just left it like that. There was no problem. So that was what I did for both neckline, right? Very simple and easy to do. But if you don't want to, you can just use the bias, get the same color of bias, same color with your fabric, and you just go ahead, right? So now hem to the down part of both back and front first. Then I'm going to place this my chantilly lace on it like this, the way I'm sure it's good. And even there are some that I made for a client. I made sure that the lace was more outside, because the length of the fabric is not very long, so I make sure the lace completes the length for me. So you can as well do that. And I was trying to position this one, you can do this straight one anyhow you want. You want it in the middle. I did some in the middle for a client, and it was very fine. By the side, anyhow you want to do it. So I just placed it the way I was very okay with, and I'll stitch the two sides to it. And also I'll stitch the down part too, both up and down. I feel like stitching only the up is perfect, because the one I made for my clients, I only stitch the up. That's the down part only. I didn't stitch two sides. For the front, I just did only the down part, right? Now for the sleeve area, just fold in the amount you feel like is going to be okay, right? So this is it. So I folded it twice because I have two sleeves, right? So I have 4 layers. One thing you need to know is that this chantilly lace will be more wider than initial sleeve opening, because it's actually going down slantly in a slopey form, not a straight line, right? So basically you need it to be more. You can get your ruler or get your tape, right? And then you start from that 15 inches. You put your tape there, and then you extend it like this, right? So that's what I'm cutting out. That's what's going to complete my sleeve opening or my sleeve length. So that was what I did. I had to just join my back and front piece together. That's by the shoulder. So you stitch your shoulders, and I've done that, right? I'll be cutting that excess off later on. Sorry, right now. So I just cut it off, the lace, right? So after doing that, I'll just open up my sleeve, right? And I'm going to stitch my chantilly lace to it. So front face. But before that, I had to hem the edges. If you have a weaving machine, you weave it first. This is the chantilly lace. I'll be stitching it on top of my fabric. So the front face of my fabric and back face or wrong face of your chantilly lace. So you just stitch. Measured from my middle point, the midpoint of my gown, to know the exact length I want and how I want the lace to be. So that will tell you, that's going to guide you through how you are going to place your lace. Maybe you place it more up or a little bit down, Just measure from your middle back to your desired sleeve length, and make sure the middle of your from the middle of your gown here to your sleeve length is same thing. You understand? I had excess, so I had to trim it off, and then that's what I did for both sleeves. Then I'll be stitching in this direction, right? Good. I remember I already hemmed the down part separately before stitching the lace to them, so I just stitch in that direction, and then you notch the armpit area, and my sister, you are all good and ready. Before 10 minutes, you're done with this abaya. It's on the mannequin. So basically, the goal was that it can be styled in 2 ways. That was the goal I was aiming at. The plain can be at the front, and if you want the one that has another addition at the back, can be your front piece, right? So this can be your front, and the other one that is at the back can actually serve as the front, as you can see. So I went ahead and put some stones on the lace. The lace didn't come with a stone. I actually put them on by myself, and you're going to see the final result on me. Guys, this is how it looks on me. It looks nice, right? Thank you. The thing to make sure that your lace and your fabric are going to go well, the combination. It mustn't be the same color, because the one I did for a client, I had to mix colors, because it's very hard to get some certain color shade for the chantilly lace. So you can mix color, combine color, it's going to come out nice. If this video has been helpful, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, drop your comment, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in another video.